Hi again, chemistry students. I want to talk about some of the factors that affect solubility today. One factor that affects solubility is temperature. Temperature can affect solubility differently depending on what's being dissolved in what. For example, if we have a gas being dissolved in a liquid, as temperature increases, the solubility will decrease. Because remember, as we increase temperature, the gas particles move faster. So in this case, as the temperature goes up, solubility goes down. It has an inverse relationship. Think about a fish tank. If you've ever had a fish tank, you know that you have to be very careful about the temperature of the tank. Warm water will actually suffocate the fish because there will not be enough oxygen dissolved in that fish tank. Another example is your soda. Warm soda loses the fizz, so we typically will keep a soda or a Coke in the refrigerator to keep it nice and bubbly and to keep it from going flat. Over here on the left, you can see I have a solubility versus temperature chart with some different gases. It does depend on what gas it is and how much the temperature will affect its solubility rate. Methane, for example, is very soluble at a low temperature and least soluble at a higher temperature. Oxygen, you can see the clear curve here. Carbon monoxide as well would be here. Carbon dioxide would fit somewhere in between these two. Helium doesn't have much of a difference, but it will dissolve more at a higher temperature. The ozone layer. Our ozone layer is O3 dissolved into the air. Our ozone layer is really important for protecting us from harmful UV rays. The ozone layer is very dependent on the temperature of that layer of the atmosphere. Between 5 and 20 degrees Celsius, our ozone layer is an adequate protection. However, if the temperature of the ozone layer were to reach 25 degrees or higher, we would begin to lose the ozone particles. They would go out into the outer atmosphere and then eventually away from Earth's atmosphere at all. So it is crucial that our ozone layer stay between 5 and 20 degrees Celsius to protect us. Now, temperature affects a solid dissolved in a liquid as a direct relationship. So as the temperature goes up, solubility also increases. So think about that cold glass of unsweetened tea you ordered at a restaurant and you tried to add the sugar and you just cannot get it sweet enough. This is because when we make sweet tea, we typically put the sugar in when it is almost boiling at 90 degrees. This allows us to make a supersaturated solution and get our sweet tea very sweet. When you have your cold tea, room temperature tea or ice cold tea, and you're trying to put the sugar in, you will not get as much sugar in, so therefore it won't be as sweet. If you use another substance like Sweet and Low or saccharin, it will dissolve better and make the tea sweeter. This chart is exactly what you have on that solubility worksheet, the first worksheet that I've given you. You'll notice that all of the solids here, or most of the solids, will increase their solubility with temperature. So potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate, potassium iodide are all solids that increase their solubility as temperature increases. The gases, on the other hand, decrease their solubility as the temperature increases. So ammonia is a gas that decreases its solubility as the temperature increases. The one that doesn't behave normally here is our selenium sulfate. Selenium sulfate is a solid that does something unusual and it decreases its solubility with temperature. So that's the one that doesn't follow the pattern. Notice we have salt here. Salt is very soluble in water, but it would be more soluble the warmer the water is. There's just a subtle difference here on that line. Another factor that affects solubility is pressure. Gases dissolved in a liquid. So as pressure increases, so does solubility. We have a direct relationship. So soda or Cokes are made under high pressure. This allows us to get a lot more carbonation in there. Solubility, well, how do you think it affects a